The first way to convey confidence is through boundaries that don't break. Now, boundaries don't have anything to do with controlling other people. Boundaries are about what you will do in response to other people's actions. Some boundaries are very direct, like this.
So what? I mean, going to sit and wait like, man, this sucks. Or would you watch movies? You'd be a movie buff for sure.
Now, I'm not going to tell you what my day looks like when I'm not working.
Right.
It's just, why would you even want to know?
For most people, setting a direct boundary like that in your life is impossible. But to understand why you struggle with boundaries, we first need to understand how people violate your boundaries. There are two ways people violate boundaries. The first one is urgency. This means that somebody demands an answer now, and under pressure, you will say yes before you can even think about it, and then regret saying yes later. The second one is repetition. You enforce your boundary by saying no once, but they continue asking you the same question again and again and again. And eventually, it becomes so uncomfortable to refuse the request that you give in. The next time you notice your boundary being violated, notice which trigger they are using. And to stop your boundaries from being violated, you need to define what does not matter.
I can't say in the future, but right now, no, I don't. From whatever I hear from my friends, colleagues, people, journalists, producers, directors, whoever is on social media, even especially my friends, I've never got a sense that it's something that is constructive. It just, for me, it doesn't serve any purpose. I'm not comfortable with it.
When you define what does not matter like that, you will start developing the confidence to protect your boundaries. And to start today, prioritize authenticity over agreeableness. Try to express why you disagree with someone instead of just agreeing to be polite.
I mean, it does suit better with your personality in the sense of shy, reserved. That's really who you play.
But acting has got nothing to do with your personality.
Right.
Many people think that disagreement can cause conflict, but thoughtful disagreement can help you gain respect because you show that you think for yourself. And if you want to learn how to implement all the habits we talk about in this video, join my weekly email newsletter. The link is in the description. But as a quiet person, you may feel anxious, and in a conversation, you may not know what to say next. But here, being quiet can actually help you. That's because you will naturally be able to let silence sit. When someone is done speaking, wait for an extra 3 seconds and people will almost always continue speaking.
In Dil Chahta Hai, you have this shot when Dimple has just told you that yes, you can paint her. And you go running. That's spontaneous or is it planned?
Spontaneous. I never plan.
Is that right?
No, never.
That way, people will feel heard and you will get time to think about what to say next.
What kind of fantasies preoccupied you as a teenager?
I think primarily becoming a star, becoming an actor, a big famous actor. I think being like my dad and stuff like that. I remember this one image.
And once you let them talk a little bit more, the best way to form a connection is to reflect their emotions back to them. Talk about the emotion underneath what they are saying.
At the age of 19, you've got crores riding on you. You're in a profession that's very demanding.
Mm-hmm.
It can become overwhelming.
Oh yeah, it is very overwhelming. And you have to be an extremely strong and I think focused person to be able to handle that. I think, and I wasn't that way at all.
You'll find that people feel deeply understood when you do this. This kind of reflective listening is also how you break out of shallow and boring conversation. But if that feels too difficult, start by rephrasing what they said in your own words.
I think it's better than, living for someone else or, just sacrificing your own happiness, I think.
That's true. It's better to live alone or apart and happy than to live together and unhappy as well.
Absolutely.
But even when you listen, you will have to accept that not everyone will like you. This is why you need to build self-contained conviction. This is where you decide to make a strong impression instead of no impression. Akshay Khanna is pretty special here. Out of nowhere, he will make an admission like this that most people would be afraid of.
I like meeting people and getting to know people. It's just that I don't have the skills to do it.
The point here isn't to start dumping your problems on people. It's to talk about what makes you, you, which can sometimes mean rejection. But the upside here is that you will build a magnetic presence for the right people. You don't have to just focus on opposing beliefs, but it is worth considering what do you believe that's different from what everyone else believes.
I would very much prefer to live my life without someone by my side all the time. I find that suffocating.
This is not about forcing your beliefs into conversation. It's about choosing not to hide a part of yourself, because ultimately that is what the most confident people do.
Would you be afraid of making a commitment?
I have very strong views as to, the kind of vows that people make and the kind of commitments that people make, I don't think they're necessarily good. Like for example, I mean, if I'm going to marry you today, and I have to make a vow, you know, that I will love you for the rest of my life, I can't honestly say that.
But one thing we haven't talked about in this video is the thing that ties all of these habits together, and that is self-esteem. If you'd like to learn how to build genuine self-esteem, watch this video.